Cheers, everybody. Welcome in for a Thursday night beer session here with Bumpy Road Brews. Why is you see the live timer? It's way off. It's weird, right? Just did 30-second intro. It's at 3 minutes already.
Oh, well, you did start a little bit early too. If you were shooting for 8 o'clock,
Is this 8? My computer says 8.
mine says
Streaming.
7:59. Are we in a different time zone?
Nah, I don't know what's going on with that. Buddy in the chat. No, got 2 people watching. Cheers. So yeah, different format. This next, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. Cheers, beer man. Yeah, we're gonna just bring one random person from the community up. We'll review a couple beers. Keep it casual and simple. Yeah. So Bumpy, if you want to start us off and showcase your product.
Yeah, the first beer that I am bringing comes from Kettlehead Brewery. They're out of where are they out of? Anyways, Tilton, New Hampshire, but they do have another location now as well that they just opened up, and I think it's in Franklin, New Hampshire, but originally out of Tilton, New Hampshire. This one's called Pyramids. It's a double IPA. It is 8% ABV. The hops that they are using this one, it's a triple hopped double IPA with Eclipse, Talus, and El Dorado. There's no canned on date on this, so I don't know. I think it's at least a month. I think I've had it for about a month now at this point. Somehow I was able to.
I don't think I've ever had anything that has Talus. Oh, I got one for you tonight, Ozzy.
Yeah, it has a nice head to it. It's a little bit off white, a little bit of a creamy white head. The color of the beer itself, it's I don't know.
It's like dingy potato.
Yeah, it's potato, but it almost has like a strange like grayness to it. At least kind of like it looks like it's almost water, even though it's so murky kind of appearance. All right, let's get some aromas. It's got some nice tropical notes, kind of sweet. Pineapple. It's almost like a little bit of like a lime. Pineapple lime. I'd say citrus as well, besides the lime. A little bit on the kind of tangerine side. There's a little bit of a spice to the nostrils too, so it's probably going to have some kind of herbalness to it. Let's go ahead and take a swig. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. It's the carbonation on it. It's a little bit more than medium. It's got a spritziness to it. It still maintains this kind of soft palate. I'd say it's about a medium body. I do get sweetness from the malt. There's almost like this cereal sweetness to it. There's also a bit of grain. The grain was the first thing I noticed. So there's a graininess. But then there's like I don't know if you have frosted Cheerios or something like that type thing with the malt. The Hops come off fruity still. Trying to still pick it off my palate. I'm going to have to go in for some more. Say it's a bit of like a cooked pineapple. There's kind of a stewed veggie flavor to it as well. Like some type of leafy green that's been cooked. That's kind of the finish on it. The bitterness is, I'd say, it's on the mild to moderate. It's kind of somewhere in that realm, probably a little bit pushing towards moderately bitter. Yeah, that's about it. It had more going for it on the nose than what I'm able to pick out on the palate. So this is a rerun. It's got a bit of graininess out of the malt, a little bit of cereal sweetness, cooked pineapple, cooked leafy green, and that's kind of how it finishes with the bitterness. It's kind of stewed green, vegetal bitterness.
That's different. Well, maybe it'll hit you.
Yeah.
Figure out. I don't know. That sounds different. Well, cool. Maybe it'll grow on you. It's a little warm up or something. Who knows? They change sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right. So yeah, got a product here at Commerce Ozzy's neck of the woods. This is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is from Founders. This is their Bottle Shop series. This is their Mango Magnifico. Bottled on 5/27/22. So new stuff. It's a new batch. This isn't last year's. Should be good. It says delicate sweetness is punctuated perfectly by the heat of habanero peppers, proof that fruit beer does not have to be one note. This high gravity ale is entirely sensory symphony waiting to be uncapped. 10% ABV. I believe this, well, I don't know what they're classifying it now as, but this was classified as an, what is it, ancient herb or beer or gruit. Yeah, there you go. Ozzy's drinking the same thing. How about that? Cheers, Jamie C. Yeah, I had this once, and I was talking to Bumpy about it earlier. We were like hanging out off where, and it was like late, and I was smashed, and I had it. So I figured let's take a actual shot at it. Ah, dirty, dirty glass. Knock that fucking thing out. Yeah, it's not a bad looking beer. It's kind of murky, hazy. Can still see through it. It's a nice golden honey like color. It's pretty effervescent. One finger, pretty frothy, soapy looking head. Yeah. On the aromas, what is this? I do get mango. There's a slight sweetness, but there's a slight like ripe mango. It's nice. It's fruity, man. You don't get anything on the booze for 10%. Is 10 IBUs as well. Get a little bit of that pepper. You can smell a little heat. Yeah, Ozzy, mine too. I like that. Drinking beer that was bottled on the same day. Same product. That's awesome. Yeah, a little hint of like vegetal. And what is it? Habaneros are a little bit more on the sweeter side. Smells Smells good. Trying to think if there's like a bready maltiness. Not really. Maybe like white bread crust. Very minimal. Smells pretty good. Let's go and taste it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know if it's me or I think this beer tastes different last year. It is pretty sweet, sweet malty beverage. Getting a lot of mango notes. It's like candy mango. It does have a real like fruit aspect to it as well. It's fruity, juicy. Yeah, it tastes like a mango. I honestly can't complain. I will say this: it seems to be a little less. Give me 1 second, Tommy Carroll, and we'll get to that. Let me forget. Star that comment. I almost get like an earthy or something light and weird in there. It's almost like mint. You get like bubblegum, mango. The spice is very lackluster this year. I didn't pour the bottom yet, Ozzy. It doesn't appear to be. Oh, no heavy setties in mine. I don't even see any particulates. It's not as spicy as it was, I remember the last time. Last time I had it had a real habanero bite to it. I remember tasting the pepper a little bit more. Well, there goes that. Yeah, definitely had a little bit more spice kick to it as well last year. It's pretty good. No real alcohol detectable. You get the feeling that you're drinking a bigger beer, but it's still pretty. It's light. It's light, slightly syrupy. Almost got like a nectar, like a nectar syrup type of consistency. Not real heavy, but thick. Kind of watery. Is effervescent as this is, I would imagine it'd be a little bit more crispy. I'm not really familiar with this style, as most of you guys know in the chat, and I know Bumpy does too. You don't find gruits and like ancient herb. Like if you get to have one, I like this is my second time trying that style. I think didn't the Highball Drifter fall under that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the second one in that style that I've tried, and it's really hard to compare. You know what I mean? You don't have anything to bounce it off of. You know what I mean? I will say I've had some of the old school beers from over the pond, and it gives me that kind of vibe, but it's not their bag. You know what I mean? Gotta I don't know. This is different. Honestly, if you're into mango and you want to try something different, this isn't really spicy. Like I said, I remember last year I was like, God damn, it's got some kick to it. And I was like, wow. And yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
I didn't grab that one last year at all. But
I last year I bought one bottle. And then this time when I went, I bought one bottle. Yeah, I don't have any floaties, man. None. It's a murky beer though, for the color.
Hmm.
I don't know, Ozzy. Are there Yeah. You know what? You're right. He's right. I couldn't see it around the chill haze. It's like they're suspended. They're not like just like completely floating around. Come on, Logitech, you suck. Yeah, kinda. That's not all effervescence, but I pick up what you're saying now, Ozzy. It does look fucking grody. Huh. Weird. That's cool. Yeah, so hold on, let's get to Tommy Carroll real quick. He asked a quick question. What did we pay for these beers? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, I hardly ever really pay attention. For the Kettlehead one, I don't have an exact answer. I think it's probably. I think I paid something like $18.99 for a 4 pack.
That's not bad. This I paid. I think it was like $5, $5, $6. And then the other product I've got, I grabbed a 4 pack of it because I hadn't seen it before, and I felt like rolling the dice. Sounded pretty good. Something that could hold up, you know.
Hmm.
Put in the yeah, put in like my stash. Hold on to it, like drink one and then drink another one like 6 months. Hold on to them for a bit. So we got 8 people in here. We know what Ozzy's drinking. What's the chat drinking tonight? He said it does. It kind of looks like Jello, and it does. It's fucking weird looking. I don't have my phone. I can't like get any backlight behind it to like show you. But yeah, when you look at it like this, you're like, oh, looks like a pretty clear beer. And then I put it over to the light, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's all that shit Ozzy was talking about. It almost looks like it's like it looks partially frozen. You know, when you get like the ice crystals and shit, like kind of start to form in something. It's got that kind of look to it.
Almost starts to form like a slushy surface to it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Octopus wants to fight. Good for you having a IPA there. Oh, glad you're feeling better, man. I think you paid $14 for a 4 pack 6 months ago. Yeah, it's all right, man. But Bumpy, you got thoughts on your first product?
Yeah. I have had this beer because I picked up a 4 pack. I did ship one off. I taste tested before I shipped it off to make sure it was going to be okay. It was a different beer like a month ago than what I'm tasting tonight. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why that could possibly be. I think we all know. But yeah, I'm not really feeling this one tonight. It's it's kind of, I don't know, it's lost something. It's just two notes, and one of those notes is not something that I find to really fit this beer. It's that vegetal, cooked veggie kind of
Like spinach?
flavor note. Not really like spinach, but like a leafy green. More like, I don't know.
You're the salad master.
Yeah, maybe baby spinach. Yeah, it's something kind of similar to that, but not like spinach out of the can is that's
No,
like
yeah, no.
salty and yeah. Yeah, she's got this
Like
vegetal.
wilted, like wilted greens, almost like
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
So I'm gonna give this beer is I'm gonna give it a 38.5 out of 50. We'll land it in the good category. It's got it's got some good aromas going for it. It's got a decent mouth feel. Didn't look too bad. Flavor's just a little bit off from my liking right now, but I do know that it was a better beer a month ago. So at least to me, it was.
Nice. So did you score it?
38.5 out of 50. So like a 3.85 out of 5 if you want to
Yeah.
move it to that type of scoring.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Didn't you send an FLX one of those?
Yeah. I hope they drank it when I sent it.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, gonna tell you this. Not the biggest fan of this year's. Like I said, last year's they brought the heat. Um, that's about all that I can remember from it last year. I do remember being a little bit more on the sweeter side, but it had a nice habanero presence to it. Um, yeah, I feel like it just seemed a little bit more like. But last time I had it, it had more of that like vegetal peppery kind of like the oily like you know what I mean? More of the like extract or whatever they were using had a lot more bite to it. This is way more on the sweeter side. Um, Bubblegum for sure. Mango bubblegum. Like I said, it smells like a fresh ripe mango, but it does kind of have that little candy esqueness to it. No hops. I can't smell any hops. Like I said, on the flavor, I got the weird some kind of spearmint or minty, very light. I think as this warms, the habanero wants to come out more. Um, Honestly, I think this is kind of more like a dessert beer, in my opinion. It's kind of like an aperitif, maybe after dinner. That could be true too, Ozzy. It could be spicier when it's fresh. I didn't think about the spicy note falling off. Possible. Very, very plausible. Uh, yeah. Can't. It's a very hard beer to score because, like I said, I've had the only other Gruit slash ancient herb beer that I've had is from Founders, and I will say I did enjoy it better last year. In the Highball Drifter, I'm going to say I kind of prefer over this. So that being said, I don't want to go too way off the wayside. I'm going to knock it for the spicy mostly. I don't think it's overly sweet. Some people might for sure, but I'm gonna go with an 88 out of 100. I think that's pretty fair with my lack of education or tasting of said style. They're not easy to come by. It's like
Yeah.
fucking finding a unicorn. Think you think wheat wines are hard to find? You know, crazy style. All right, yeah. Let me get rid of this. You watching hockey too? Jesus. I'm gonna put that to the side. Finish that up in a little bit. 11% or 10%. Cool. Yeah, I guess we can roll into our next product. See what we got. If you're ready, Bumpy, or if you're still
Yeah.
sipping, I can enjoy the rest of my beer. Doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
right. I got two glasses.
That's I don't. You know what I mean? It's not a race. You know, if it goes an hour, it goes an hour. If it's a little short, that shit doesn't bother me. It's just casual. You
Yeah,
know,
leave
you're not ready to
last
like
sip in
jump
that one.
into another fucking beer right away, and then that's fine. Take a 5 minute breather.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to get the taste of this one out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
My second beer comes from Aurora Brewing Company. They're out of King Ferry, New York. This one's called All Citrus Super Fresh to Death. It's a New England style double IPA with all citra hops. And the ABV on this one is 8.5. So a little bit bigger than the Kettlehead one, and they put a can on date. This is 1 month old. Exactly at the time of this inspection. It was canned on November 1st. Okay, definitely looks different than the kettle head.
That's
It's a lot darker. The head coloration, it's still a little bit of like a creamy white head, maybe a little bit of egg yolk yellow kind of scattered in it as well. I mean, it looks more white on camera, but as always, yeah, this is like a deep, like burnt orange, and it's got a haze to it.
I'm
Some
surprised
aroma.
it hazed up as much. It didn't look like it was going to be as hazy on
Yeah,
the
it was
pour.
pouring. I thought it was going to be clear, and it's not. All right, so it's got a little bit of a sweetness, like almost like a cookie sweetness out of the malt. There's a spicy nose of citrus. So there may be like a little bit of like a papaya or something in there, or guava. I think guava is more of the spicy end of things.
The guava's like 50-50 for me. Like either you get like that earthy green guava or you get like the sweet, like the more ripened.
Yeah, I'm just getting this kind of like it's like an herbal, like spicy type of a note. It's not like going super earthy though. That's why I'm like kind of like I don't think I want to say papaya really. I said papaya at first, but there's a sweetness in there. But like I said, I think that's coming from the malt. It's a little bit like cookie, and then there's a citrus note. It's not quite orange. It's closer to orange than it is like a tangerine though. So maybe one of those little tiny oranges.
Oh,
Cuties.
like what are the halos or whatever?
Yeah.
Those
All
those
right.
are good.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
All right. Carbonation's way dialed back on this one. This one's on a lower side carbonation. Body. It's still a medium body on this. It's got a soft palate. It's super sweet up front. Um, it's like cake. It's like bread and cake or cookie. So some sweet malt action. There is a citrus note to it as well. Yeah, I think it's gotta be like a guava. So like a citrus, slight orange, and guava, and then there's just this heavy feeling of like an herbal spiciness that lingers on. It actually kind of gives me a fuzzy feel in my throat. There's like I don't know if that it might be a kick of alcohol too.
I've got an interesting thought.
Yeah, I think there's a slight hint of alcohol going towards the finish. There is a warming in my throat. That's it's coming from that spice thing I keep talking about. But that could actually be the alcohol at this point because they had starting to kind of burn as it's going down now. So warming, it's got a warming sensation going. Not super boozy, but it's definitely something there. And yeah, the bitterness on this, I'm gonna say it's kind of on the mild side. This one's definitely it's got more of a sweetness to it. Yeah. Body, I'm gonna say it's medium to medium full. I'm actually getting filled up drinking this one.
Yeah, imagine how I felt doing an hour of this. Poor product.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right. Well,
Interesting thought. See, I honestly just had a thought that hit me out of nowhere because you said that beer is only made with Citra, right?
yeah, just Citra.
But see, there's the thing. They got all that different. So if it's Citra, right? But they have they've got all the other stuff you can use, like the what Beer Man was talking about last night.
Like the cryo stuff and all that.
Well, they have cryo, and then they have like what's that other shit they put in there? It's supposed to work with your hops.
Oh, that's
Aside
that grape must
oh,
stuff.
that grape musk shit.
Yeah.
That bumpy don't.
Yeah, that was in one of the beers I had. I didn't like
But
it.
like I know they have Citra, and there's got to be, you know what I mean, different offs to it, you know.
Yeah.
And like I wonder with these Citra beers, are they actually like, you know what I mean? Because you got your basic Citra, right, and your steady Alfast, all that shit, right? But there's got to be some like sub strains, but it's still Citra. You know, you get what I'm saying, right? So they have like different variants of the same hop.
Well, yeah, I mean, even like depending on like what farm it comes from, so where it's grown, the yield, like each year can be different too. It can give off different notes. That's why a lot of times, like you'll find like some hops have like 5 different tasting flavor notes, whatever. But then you go on another website and there'll be like 3 other different ones that weren't on this other website. They have like so many different, breeders of the hops and all that stuff. My belt's sticking into me. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they did like just by like cultivation, different areas of the United States or whatever, your soil, your just there's got to be, you know what I mean? It's got to be some kind of like if I grew Citra here on the East Coast, and then somebody like Beer Man grew Citra, are you gonna get the same
No.
Citra? That's just a thought. Maybe they pick a couple different like Citra hops, and they're not just like leaning on. It's like a almost like how you would like a smash beer, you know, where you just pick like one malt, one grain, or
Yeah.
one grain, one hop. But it's like you could use one hop, but like there's a couple different cuts, like, you know what I mean, different variants of the one hop. That would be. I mean, you
Yeah.
could still call it. It's all Citra, right? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. There was an all Citra beer that I had. I think it was all Citra, anyways. Maybe it had a couple different hops, but the Citra hop, anyways, that they used, it was an altered, called it the altered state machine. Citra. Actually, it was a Citra one. But the Citra hops that they chose, it was called Northern. It was like Northern Brewer Citra or something like that, or Northeast Citra. It was something different. It didn't just say Citra. It was like a specific region that it was from.
Yeah. It's cool. I don't know. That dawned on me, and it's like, well, that would make some of these single hop beers a little bit more elaborate, but they wouldn't tell you if they were doing it anyways. You know what I mean? I don't know. Weird thought. All right, so we're gonna move on. I've got a product here from Kansas City, Missouri. Oh shit, Bumpy's getting his belt.
Taking the belt off.
Kansas City, Missouri. This is from Boulevard Brewing Company. This is a limited release 2022 version. I haven't seen anybody drink this. Haven't seen it cross the surface, at least in any of my beer tube wavelengths. This is their Maple Mood. So what this is a barrel-aged imperial stout aged on maple syrup. Comes in at a whopping 12.5%. It says enjoy by, well, I guess everybody's going to this now. It says enjoy by October 13th, 2024. So I guess, you know how Bourbon County's pushing their enjoy by dates now, and they put a 2 years on theirs. Apparently Boulevard is following suit. Odd side note. Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really look it up on their website. Maybe I'll do that. I'll get some more information when Bumpy's given his rundown. But yeah, I'm definitely stoked to try it. You guys know how I feel about Boulevard. They're except for the last one. Jesus, s'mores my ass. It's a nice quiet head. It's not all crispy, crackly. One finger, I'd say cocoa colored head. Definitely dark opaque beer. Slightest mahogany ruby amber hue at the bottom. Very, very hairline color on it. Looks pretty good. It's got legs. Head's holding up for as high of ABV as it is. I smell booze. I get barrel and booze. What I was missing in the last beer has definitely emerged in this one.
Nice.
Some little vanilla, big bourbon influence on this. I mean, slight smoky. Then, to be honest with you, the maple's not out in front. And you know how that goes. You get these maple fucking adjunct beers, and it's just like, oh, it's way out in front. This, I can't even detect any maple on the nose. Roasty, bready, brown bread, like pumpernickel. Fuck yeah, smells really good. I'm excited about this one. So let's
So
dive in.
pumpernickel. I love rye and
I,
pumpernickel.
I like, yeah, dude. Outback Steakhouse, let's go. Keep bringing it. Fuck yeah, they're back on their game. Full body beer, low carbonation. Wow, dude. They might. I think they might have outdone themselves with this one. Let me go back to it. One more one. Full bodied, low carbonation, silky, sticky, viscous mouthfeel. Alcohol is not as present on the palate as it is in the aromas. Um, Oaky, whiskey barrel, slight dry finish. Definitely leave you with some sticky lips. This is very complex. There's a lot going on here.
Hmm.
Aromas too. I get like a nice dark fruit, almost like I want to say plum. It's plum. It's a little sweet. It's got a little tartness to it. No, very minuscule bitterness. I'd say if you're gonna get any type of bitterness, it might come off some of the astringency off of the barrel. The maple is so subtle. I mean, you get it. It works well with the oak, that vanilla note you're getting. Not super decadent. Is it a little bit on the sweet side? Yes. Is it cloying? Nah. Um, it's pretty well rounded, I think. This this might be the maple beer of the year, to be honest with you. 'Cause you don't get pancake vibes, you don't get waffle vibes. You get they have a really good base beer for this without any of the adjunct. Yeah, dude. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm a little bit flabbergasted right now, to be honest with you. I'm thinking of some products I had recently that were kind of lackluster, and this thing right here is bringing the noise. Like I said, 12 and a half, no heat, good flavors, full body. It's rich. It's right where it needs to be at. This is a good rebound for them because after that s'mores that I had. So yeah, that's where I sit with that. I'm very impressed with that. Very, very good product. As you said, I finished the Mango Magnifico. You really liked it. I think I have one or two more. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not something I want to sit around and hang out. It's a one and done kind of beer. You could probably split it with. Oh, sorry, Eddie.
Bless you.
I was trying not to burp, dude. I was trying to hold it back, and then it looked like I was going to puke. Um, yeah, like every once in a while, I think that beer would be good, or to split with somebody. Yeah, it can be a lot. It's not bad, but like some of us say, like you got the beer tubers, they go, or like you go somewhere and there's a lot of beer. You have like 4 ounces, of that 5 ounces. Be content to move on. I'd probably give it a better score at that rate.
Mm.
To be honest with you, you don't have as much time to look and fiddle with it. You just have, and you're like, man, it's not bad, you know. So yeah, all right, Bumpy. So final, I guess, final thoughts on the your product, the second product of the evening.
$19.99 a 4-pack. There you go, Tommy Carroll. Okay, for the Aurora. I found out that I had more beer left in my can. I totally forgot that. I didn't pour it all, so I have a lot more beer left from the Kettlehead. My final thoughts on this one. Things I liked about it. I did like the sweetness up front. The guava was nice, but the that like spice that it had to it, just kind of kicked a bit. So that could be hopefully, I don't know if you really know what the hops are always going to do as far as what they're going to do in the flavor, but yeah, that's something that I think being dialed down a little bit would be nice. Also, the alcoholic note in there was, something that at 8.5% realistically shouldn't be there. But with how sweet the beer was, it kind of was okay. So I didn't ding it too much. A little bit off balance. I kind of dinged it on the off balance score. So for the Aurora, it's still going to be better than what I had from the Kettlehead there. I'm going to score it out of 41 out of 50, which puts it in the very good category.
Damn. There you go. Yeah, that first beer you poured, I'm like, I don't know.
I just pulled the rest of the can. I should go back and see if there's any flavor difference now. That happened with I did a beer review with the Ridge, and like the beer, it was in equilibrium. And,
you didn't get the dregs?
When I first poured it, yeah, I didn't get the dregs. So it was like this brown. It looked oxidized. It tastes like much of what his beer tastes like. And then I swirled the remainder of it and poured it in. Changed the color of the beer completely. And the flavors. It was like, holy crap. Oh, yeah. Now it's got like bubble gum and melon notes, and it looked better. So we'll see. Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more vibrant. So maybe some of the stuff had settled. Like I said, I have had this for like a month sitting in my fridge. So yeah, it still has that vegetal quality. The aroma's kicked up a little bit though. But yeah, So I'm liking the Aurora all citrus, super fresh to death, more than the Kettlehead Pyramids.
There you go. Oh yeah. Oh, Boulevard, huh? Maple Mood. This is fantastic. I like the dark fruit. The body's full. Said it's not too maple adjunct forward. You're getting a lot of barrel influence, a lot of whiskey influence, vanilla notes coming through. It's very much the barrel aged stout. Like I said, I wish I could just try this without the adjunct in it and just try the plain base beer by itself. I think it would be just as good, if not better. Um, I'm gonna score this beer maple beer. Oh, it's the last of the Mohicans. There's no CBS out there really anymore. Is this gonna take the throne? I don't know. It's very much that way though. It reminds me of a lot of CBS.
CBS.
And I did just have the Bourbon County playing. Are you muted?
Huh?
You're. It is. It's very much like CBS Aussie, but there's no coffee in this. Um, it's not. The maple's not super out in front, which I do appreciate because, like I said, it's very easy for people to overdo it with that, and you're just like, well, it's like maple, buttery, diacetyl. This is not it. I'm going to give this product a 97 out of 100. It's a very, very good. This might be, like I said, next to CBS, world class maple beer. It might even deserve more than what I'm giving it, but that's a fair score. And for me to give Bourbon County a 95, and this gets better than that, it really does say something. Boulevard can throw down. Everybody I know, they're grocery store beers and stuff to some people, but God, they still got it. Where Oscar Blues and stuff laid down, these guys kept chugging along and fucking doing it. So high regards to Boulevard. Like I said, good bounce back after last week. I had their more s'more and was not super impressed at all. I don't recommend that product, but this one, go out and get it if you see it. Maybe I'll hold on to one for you, Bumpy. This is fucking out of this world. Very, very good beer. Yeah. So that being said, I guess we'll do some shout outs and we'll go ahead and wrap this shit up. Get the fuck up out of here, boys. What do you say?
All right. Yeah. A little promo stuff. Putting out videos 3 times a week for the 50-point inspections. Live show Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. And I would like to let's shout out Lep TV. He was in here. He's got a show coming right up here at 9 o'clock Eastern p.m. And that show is The Hot Seat with Lep. So he'll do like interview style type of a live stream with a guest. Typically, sometimes he switches up and has a fuller panel. But great guy. Does some good cooking on the Blackstone, and he's also one of those, I don't know what they call them, the guys that go around in the little street trucks.
They're food trucks.
Food truck. Yeah, he's a food.
No,
food
no,
truck
not
truck.
a roach coach. It's a food truck. It's a fully operational kitchen.
Yeah.
Smoking Bones Joe's Barbecue, I think. That's where he's working.
Something like that. Yeah. He's out in the Ohio area.
Yeah.
I believe near
If you're ever in
Cleveland.
the Cleveland, Parma area, go check out. Yeah. Go check
Smoking
Lep
Joe's
out.
Barbecue. Maybe you'll find Lep. I'm gonna just check out his channel.
He doesn't have any gold. No pot of gold, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy. All right. Well, we'll hit the community first. You already hit Lep up, which is great. Tonight around 10:30 or so, Alex the Beer Master will be going live with Alex and friends. Feel free to join over there. Casual panel. Yeah, if you don't know Alex, he's easy to please. Beer Man, Beer and Cheese Tuesday. Open table. Any beer, any cheese. Stop on by. Great program. Love going to Beer and Cheese. It's either real. It's a hit or miss kind of show, you know. We all been there. Who else? We'll shout out Joe at the Beer Patrol. It's been nice interacting with him a little bit more. We've been on some more off airs, chatting and shooting the shit, and yeah, it's been cool to hang out with him. He said he's got he's taking a week or a couple weeks off this month, so I asked him about possibly getting on a Thursday night beer session. He wasn't opposed to it. We've got to just hammer out some dates and times, but yeah, that's possible. And I'm going to be bringing up a lot more people from the community, other communities, and we're not. There are separate cliques in the beer tube community, but I'm open to having anybody on here who wants to come hang out, drink 2 beers, give some honest reviews, shoot the shit. It's casual. You see it. Just as casual as when I do it, except I'm not babbling on as much. And I'm not as drunk. But but other than that, yeah, cheers to the chat. We had Thrash in here, Beerman, Commerce Ozzy, Mark A, Lep TV, Mr. Paul Middlefrew, legendary Paul Middlefrew, as Alex would say, Tommy Carroll, Jason Cleveland, and we had Jamie C. Drunk one. Careful, that guy smells like beer. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Oh, Josh, you're too late, bud. You're gonna have to catch us on the rewatch. So, yeah, stay sipping, boys. Cheers.
Cheers.